Hey, what's up guys? D here from Tech with Tech. Now, before we get into the topic of this video, the first thing is that I want to clear something out of the way. Um, just yesterday I named my channel D from Dell Tech, but let's just say it was kind of common for me. It was kind of a common, name for a YouTube channel of tech. So I named it Tech with Tech. Now the issue here is that Dell Tech, if you type Tech with Tech, my channel doesn't come up. So for now, just type D from Dell Tech, alright? And then you will access my YouTube channel. I will fix this mistake, very, very soon. So then don't worry about that. So for now, again, for now, just type D from Dell Tech whenever you want to access my YouTube channel. But soon I will be fixing this problem, alright? Alright, so now let's dive into the main topic of this video. What can we expect from the Galaxy Note 20 lineup this August? Alright, firstly, I've listed down, every single aspect of any smartphone, and we're gonna start from, what I think is the most important part of a smartphone, of what we think is gonna be there for the Note 20 lineup, and we're gonna just discuss every single aspect of what we can expect from the Galaxy Note 20 and Note 20 Ultra, and if it's going to, if it has that value for everyone. All right, so let's start with the processor, which in my opinion is the most important part of a smartphone. Your opinion might differ from mine, but then we can still be friends. All right, so the processor. So the standard Galaxy Note 20, not the Ultra, the standard Galaxy Note 20 will be having the standard Snapdragon 865 chipset from Qualcomm, and the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra will be having the Snapdragon 865 Plus chipset, which according to Qualcomm has 10% increase in CPU performance, against the standard Snapdragon 865. So again, in summary, Snapdragon 865 standard for the standard Note 20 and Snapdragon 865 Plus for the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. So you're gonna get really fast performance, very fast performance, 10%. It's a 10% increase than the standard 865 chipset from Qualcomm, but you will be having extremely fast performance. We have seen the Galaxy S20 lineup being extremely fast, able to take on the iPhone 11 Pro Max very easily just with the standard 865. This guy, the Note 20 Ultra, not the Note 20, has a Snapdragon 865 Plus. So I really think it it could be it's quite obvious that it could be either the first or second fastest smartphone. We'll see, but it's going to be an extremely fast smartphone, both the Note 20 and the Note 20 Ultra. All right, now let's get on with the battery life. So the standard Note 20 is said to have a between 4000 and 4500 milliamp hours, similar like the S20 and S20 Plus. The Note 20 Ultra, though, is going to be having between 4500 and 5000 milliamp hours, similar to the Galaxy S20 Ultra. So very similar to the Galaxy S29. And I think we'll be getting quite a fast battery life, but we'll be talking about how this could be thwarted by the display, 120 hertz and all those things, but we'll get into that later. Now let's talk about the build and design. Okay, now we have seen the Note 20 Ultra or the Note 20 Ultra being leaked on Samsung's Russian website by mistake, and what we can see is that we have this beautiful bronze color, and from some analysis that I've made and many YouTubers have made, many tech people in the many people in the tech community have made, it's matte, just like the iPhone 11 Pro Max. So it could take on the iPhone 12, which is going to release in September, I think, and it's great as matte. It's matte bronze. I don't know if it's going to have the matte texture only for the bronze color. We must see. We don't have much intel on that. But the good thing about this is that not only can it take on the iPhone 12 and the iPhone 11, obviously, but now just for the normal consumer, you know that you're gonna have you're gonna have very less fingerprints. It's not gonna attract as many fingerprints as the glossy finish on the S20 lineup, and even the earlier, the predecessors like the S10 lineup, Note 10 lineup, S9, Note 9. That's all right. So that's really great. That's really great. We're gonna have a matte texture back, which is really great. Now we don't have much intel on the front of the the display, how it will look. It's probably gonna be similar to the Note 10 Plus with maybe 0.7 inches, or 0.7 inch increase in display size, slimmer bezels, and a slimmer camera cutout. So that's great. You have matte, a great bronze color, and I really think that it's gonna be a great design for 2020. So that's for the built-in design. What we know, I think it's gonna be great for consumers. Gonna be able to take on the iPhone 12 lineup, and it's great. No fingerprints, a great color, and it feels better also on the hand. It's maybe slightly slippery, the matte texture, but it's gonna feel great on the hand. So be ready. The Note 20 is gonna make you feel just similar. You're gonna have a similar feeling on the Note 20 Ultra. Just similarly like the iPhone 11 Pro Max and the iPhone 12s and all those things when they're gonna release. The Note 20 standard model, the standard model of the Note 20. Well, we have to see. We don't know if it's gonna have the same matte textured back. They would be cutting. Samsung would be cutting costs on that, to make it a more affordable thing. We have to see if it's gonna have the matte textured back. So that's what it is for built-in design. So it's quite certain the Note 20 Ultra is gonna have the matte textured back, bronze color. We don't have much intel on the standard Note 20. Now coming to biometrics, something quite important for many people. Now we know that Samsung hasn't had the fastest or the most secure fingerprint scanners, but it's been fast, it's been secure. But now they're gonna introduce the 3D Sonic fingerprint scanner, which not only can you scan 2 fingerprints at a time to make it more secure, it is 17 times faster than the standard ultrasonic fingerprint scanners that the S20 lineup had, the S10 lineup, Note 10 lineup had. That's great. It's gonna easily take on the iPhone 12, so it's gonna be great for consumers. 70 times faster. That's really great. Not 70, 17. It's gonna have faster facial recognition. I don't think that there's gonna be much. I don't think that there's gonna be an iris scanner, because that's been taken away since the S10 and Note 10 lineup. So that's what it is for biometrics. We have to see if it's gonna be on the standard Note 20 or only on the Note 20 Ultra. But we know that one of them, or possibly 2 of them, are gonna have a 3D Sonic fingerprint scanner, 17 times faster than the S20 and Note 10 and S10 fingerprint scanner, which are already so like it's ineffable to say how fast the Note 20 Ultras, or hopefully Note 20 also, the standard Note 20's fingerprint scanner will be faster and more secure facial recognition scanning. But we have to see if it can take on the iPhone, which I don't know if it's gonna be able to. Okay, now the next thing is software. So, well, the software we have to see. I mean, it's gonna probably be Android 10 or Android 11 out of the box. We don't have much intel on those things, so we'll leave the software for that. All right. The next thing is that we have to talk about the cameras. We have seen that the S20 lineup has, specifically the S20 Ultra, has had a few issues with the camera. Number one, the autofocus issue, which hasn't been fixed to date. The second thing is, well, that's about it actually. That's about it. Wait, no, sorry. They also have the 100 times zoom, where even if you zoom 100 times, it's so blurry, right? So you got those 2 issues with the camera. Now the Note 20 is gonna fix that completely. So firstly, for the autofocus system, the autofocus issue that the S20 Ultra had, the Note 20 is gonna fix that with a dedicated autofocus system, laser autofocus system. That's gonna be great. As for the 100 times zoom, it's gonna reduce that to 50 times zoom according to reliable leakers and renders. So that's great. It's gonna have three cameras, and is most likely gonna, the Note 20 Ultra specifically is most likely going to um, have that is the Note 20 Ultra is very likely to have the same 108 megapixel camera. The Note 20 might, the standard Note 20 might just stick with the 64 megapixel camera, similar to the S20 Plus and S20 lineup. So that's good. The laser autofocus system is gonna be fixed with the Note 20 Ultra, and the 50 times zoom is all. I mean, the 100 times zoom, which is not blurry when you zoom to that 100 times, is also gonna be fixed with just 50 times. That's enough for everyone, I think. That's for the camera. But then a few other things with the camera is that they might have the same. It's gonna be quite similar to the S20 lineup, other than the laser autofocus dedicated system and the 50 times zoom. 108 megapixel will be present with the Note 20 Ultra. They'll be probably the same, maybe. I mean, according to Ice Universe, we're gonna have a 13 megapixel ultra wide, which is less than the 48 megapixel ultra wide that the S20 Ultra had. Which, correct me if I'm wrong. Sorry, 48 megapixel telephoto lens. We'll have to see what everything brings out. But what's certain is that we're gonna have the same 108 megapixel zoom. I mean, 108 megapixel camera, 50 times zoom, and a dedicated laser autofocus system. So it's gonna fix the problems of the S20 Ultra, and it's gonna give you a better camera. As for the selfie camera, it's gonna have, as we said earlier, a smaller cutout, but it's not certain. Maybe the same 40 megapixels, maybe lesser. We'll have to still see. There's not much internet on those. So, in summary, for the cameras, 50 times hybrid zoom or whatever it's called for the Note 20 Ultra, 108 megapixels for the Note 20 Ultra, and a dedicated laser autofocus system with the Note 20 Ultra. For the Note 20, maybe it's going to be similar to with the S20 Plus or S20. We'll have to see about that. Though there was never any laser or any autofocus issue with the S20 Plus or S20, so that there's not going to be any laser autofocus camera for the Note 20 standard model. The next thing is the display. Now the S20 Ultra and the entire S20 had one issue, that the OnePlus 8 Pro and the OnePlus 8 were, I don't know, I'm not sure about the OnePlus 8, but the OnePlus 8 Pro, if I'm certain, had the same thing. I mean, had something that was easily, it competed with the S20 lineup. Now the S20 lineup, what I'm coming to is that, talking about the display quality and size, the S20 lineup had the option of 120 Hz, right? You had the option of 120 Hz. But the issue with this is that you can only access 120 Hz with a full high definition plus display. And even if you're paying $1,000, $1,200, $1,400, S20 Plus, S20 Ultra, you want that Quad HD Plus display with, that 3200 by 1440 resolution. You want that, right? But then you didn't get that with the S20 lineup, and you got that with the OnePlus 8 Pro lineup, which was quite a bit cheaper, $900, I think. That's the issue. So we are gonna have that fixed with a Note 20 Ultra. We're gonna have the Note 20 Ultra is gonna have is gonna use LTPO technology, and this LTPO technology will enable this 120 Hz with Quad HD Plus resolutions. That's great. With the Note 20, I mean, some speculators are saying that we are gonna only have 60 Hz, though we have to wait and see. I hope it's gonna have 120 Hz, but then we'll have to see what's gonna be there. So in summary, the Note 20 Ultra is gonna fix the issue. 120 Hz, Quad HD Plus resolution, 6.87-inch display. With a Note 20, we are gonna have maybe a 6.42-inch display. So that's what it is. With hopefully 120 Hz, though we are not sure. The next thing is the price, the final thing, the most important thing in any buying decision, right? So with a standard Note 20, it's most likely gonna sit between $1,000 and $1,200. $1,000 and $1,200. That's most likely for the Galaxy Note 20. Though if they do cut down on the 120 hertz display, if they do cut down on, you know, the if they do cut down on the 120 hertz display, if they do cut down on maybe the display size, so maybe they cut down on the 108 megapixel camera, if they cut down on the 3D sonic fingerprint scanner, which seemed to be reserved for the Note 20 Ultra, they could bring the price significantly lower, maybe in $800 to $900. Who knows? It would be hopefully a good value. We'll have to see. Um, so that's for the Note 20, the standard model. Again, I just want to repeat, $1,000 to $1,200 if they stick with a 120 hertz display or that 3D sonic fingerprint scanner. But if they do if Samsung does, when I say they, I mean I'm talking about Samsung. If Samsung does cut down no 3D sonic fingerprint scanner, the standard one that an S20 lineup had, or no 120 hertz, or maybe 120 hertz only with FHD plus resolutions, they might cut the price slightly lower, maybe $900 to $800. But the Note 20 Ultra is gonna be having that big price. That the cost is gonna be significantly high because they're having that 3D sonic fingerprint scanner. They're having that LTPO technology to enable 120 hertz and Quad HD plus resolutions. They're having the Snapdragon 865 plus, which is gonna be more expensive. Qualcomm is gonna have a significant, maybe you'll see how much of a big price change there's gonna be between the Snapdragon 865 plus and the 865. We'll see what Qualcomm offers, their offer to Samsung. With that, it's probably gonna be the same thing as the $1,400 S20 lineup. What's quite obvious is that they are having significant upgrades with the S20. The 3D sonic fingerprint scanner, the laser autofocus system, the dedicated one, Snapdragon 865 plus versus standard Snapdragon 865. Those upgrades are obviously gonna come with a significant price increase also, right? I'm thinking, is it gonna be $1,500, $1,600? That's if they keep all the other aspects of the smartphone the same as the S20. But then if they do make those, if they do degrade the S20 Ultras, those the cameras, the display, or maybe the, who knows what the other aspects are of the phone. If they do degrade them from the S20, they could use the same $1,400. We have to see. Most probably it's gonna be $1,400, maybe more. So keep your mind open. We'll have to see what the price is. So that's the summary of what we expect from the Galaxy Note 20 lineup. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is D from Tech with Tech. I will be fixing the mistake. For now, D from Dell Tech is what you should always type whenever you're accessing my channel. But I'll be fixing the mistake. I will shoot a different video about if you can. Once I'll tell you if you can just type Tech with Tech for my own channel. I'll be hoping to fix that problem. So for now, thank you very much. This is Dhruv from Tech with Tech signing off.